And we're back, ready to start another year. I took care of all the end of year stuff that we're supposed to do and went ahead and let all the players choose their player order and collect the bonuses associated with those. So we start this year with the blue player. Now, the blue player, he is thinking about maybe playing some of these summer visitor cards. He can sell some grapes, but he doesn't have any. Or he can pay 4 lira to draw 3 cards, or discard 1 wine token and 3 visitor cards to gain 3 victory points. That could be just straight up victory points. So the blue player, what they're going to do is, well, yeah, they are going to play a summer visitor card, and oh, but you know what? I made a mistake. He doesn't have 4 lira to pay, so I take that back. Instead, what the blue player is going to do is, yeah, he is going to plant, because, in fact, he's going to plant 2 things, because he has these 2 vine cards, both of which he can plant, and they're very powerful. They're going to make some really good wine, and in fact, he's going to plant these together in this middle field. So now, you know, total value can't be higher than 6, and it's not. By harvesting this field, he'll get a level 4 white and a level 2 red, which is pretty cool. Yellow. Now, yellow has a plan. Yellow eventually wants to be able to fulfill this order for a level 7 sparkling, but he can't do that until he gets his large cellar, and he cannot get the large cellar until he gets some more money. So, how's he going to do all that? Well, he has this summer visitor card. He can discard 4 cards to gain 2 victory points or 4 lira. That'll get him almost there. So he is going to jump on, at first, this give a tour spot, so that he will gain 2 plus the bonus 3 lira right off the bat. So there's the 3 lira he gains. And then he lies in wait, hoping to spring his trap. Next we go to the white player. White player has a lot of workers. They've got a lot of orders. Things are looking good. They maybe want to get that large cellar also, so that they can fulfill their orders. But they're looking, they want to be able to get maybe this this middle order card here, because if they can just make some wine, they'll be able to fill that order. So they want to, but again, they need some money also. Everybody needs money. So he is going to jump on the give a tour for money also. Yep, to get a little bit of extra money. All right, back to the blue player. Blue player, you know, he's got that level 6 blush that he wants to be able to sell this round. Doesn't not have any grapes, so the blue player, he's like, all right, I'm done with the summer, I'm passing. Next, yellow. Yellow, part 2 of his elaborate plan is to get a little bit more money this round, and by doing that, he is going to play that summer visitor card that he had, that he can discard 4 cards to get 4 lira. And in fact, he might even be able to play both of his summer visitor cards. So we're going to do that. We've got to discard our 4 cards. We want to save this one, because that's what we're trying to fulfill. We're going to get rid of both of our vines. There's 2 of them. And we're going to get rid of our 2 winter visitor cards, because we already have a plan in place. We don't think we're going to need a lot of help. So there's our 4 cards. That gains us 4 4 lira. Okay. Moving on to the white player. The white player, is thinking they might want to just focus on the winter. Of course, they really want to get that large cellar also. So you know what? They've got 3 more workers that they can play, and they always need a little bit of extra money. So they're actually going to take this free space here. We haven't talked about that yet. You can put a guy there anytime, summer or winter, and it's just sort of a spot that you can gain $1. So there you go. All right, back to yellow. The final step in this plan is they want to be able to build their large cellar. They get to build it for $1 cheaper, so all they have to do is pay 5. Grab the large cellar, and there you go. Now, on a future turn, because they're all out of workers, they can combine these grapes here to make that sparkling and get that big 4 victory points. All right. Next we go to white, and white is all done. They're going to pass. Yellow, they're out of workers, so they pass as well. All right. Fall, everybody gets 1 visitor card. Blue, they've got a lot of visitor cards. They've got 2 winter and 2 summer. They're going to go for the winter. Maybe get some kind of bonus here. The mentor, all players may make up to 2 wine tokens, and you get to draw a vine and a summer visitor, or a summer visitor, for each opponent that does that. Interesting. And after blue comes yellow. Well, yellow definitely wants a winter. The benefactor. Play this, you get to draw a vine and a summer visitor card. Okay. Set that aside. And finally, the white player. Well, they've got a lot of orders, and they've got some wine. They'd love to be able to get that large cellar built, and building is something that happens in the summertime, so maybe he's going to take a summer visitor card. Hope to get lucky there. The vendor, all right, get that into focus, draw a vine card, an order card, and a winter visitor card. You do that, everyone else gets to draw a summer visitor card. All right, kind of helpful for everybody. Set that over there. All right, blue player. He's got 3 actions left. The first thing he's going to jump right on it. He is going to fill an order because he has that level 6 blush, and he has this order card that wants a level 6 blush. So he just filled that order. That goes there. That was worth 3 victory points for blue. 1, 2, 3. And he goes up 1 on the residual payments track. So now at the end of every year, the blue player is going to get 2 lira. So as you can see, the game sort of ramps up the further you go. The later you go in the game, the easier it is to do things because you get more workers, you get more money. After blue was yellow, they're all out of workers. They really got to think about getting more workers. Yeah, the yellow player not doing so great. Even though they've got a lot of structures, they don't have a lot of workers. So that's what the yellow player needs to be focusing on in the future. White, well, can white fulfill an order? Let's see. Here are the cards. So a 3 red and a 5 white, don't have that. A 4, 3, 2 of red, don't have that. And a 3 white and a 7 sparkling, don't have that. But if they make wine, they'd be able to fulfill that middle one there. So But instead of taking the make wine order, let's take a look at this winter visitor. You can make up to 2 wine tokens and fill an order. So that seems like the better move for white. They are going to go over here and play a winter visitor card. And we're going to play this one we just looked at, the Jack of all trades. And the 2 we are going to choose is make wine and fill an order. So we discard that. The wine we're going to make is this level 4 red, so we pick that up. And we would put it here at 4, but we can't, so we put it at 3, but we can't, but we can put it down here at 2. So that's action number 1. When we're resolving these cards that have multiple actions, we can do them in any order we choose. And the second action from our Jack of all trades is fill a wine order, which we can now do because we now have a level 4, a level 3, and a level 2 red. So we are fulfilling that wine order. Our level 4, 3, and 2 red come off the board because we have sold them. And the white player gains those 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and goes up 1 on the residual payments track. All right, moving along. Yellow, they're done. White just went, so we go back to blue with 2 actions left. Oh, we forgot to take this blush off the board when when the blue sold it the last round. Well, is there anything he can do? He's got this mentor card, and he's got this Oenologist card and this Crush Expert card. You know what he needs to do? Look at that board. Not a single glass token on it. He needs to harvest some fields. So he's going to take the bonus spot, harvest both of his fields, which will create a level 5 red, a level 1 white, a level 4 white, and a level 2 red. That's pretty cool. So let's do this right. We've got our level 5 red, our level 1 white, our level 2 red, and our level 4 white. Look at that. Now, all set in the future to make some really good wine. Bouncing back up to the white player. The white player, he's all set on workers. He's got some money. He sold a bunch of wine. And the white player, again, I think is going to need more grapes in the crush pad, so they are going to harvest 1 field. They can't take the bonus because the blue player blocked them from that. They're going to harvest 1 field, and that 1 field they're going to harvest is their field number 2. That'll create a level 3 red and a level 1 white. So there's our level 3 red and our level 1 white. Back to the blue player. Well, the blue player does not have any orders, and you need orders to fulfill them and get victory points. So, draw an order card. He's actually going to get 2 because he took the bonus. And these cards, you can see, they're both high value cards. Wow, really high value cards, because not only 6 victory points, but you also go up 2 spaces on the residual payments track. Wow, those could be game breakers. If the blue player can fulfill, heck, even one of those, that could send them well on their way to victory, because they're already in the lead. All right, and then finally the last action of this round, the white player. Let's see, what are the things he wants to do? Looking at the orders that he has, a level 3, well, maybe he needs to make some wine. Maybe he needs to make some wine. Or does he want to hold off so that he can make a sparkling wine by combining some reds? Maybe that's what he wants to do. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do, just to demonstrate that he's going to set a goal. that he wants to be able to make a sparkling to fulfill this order. So he's going to need more reds in his crush pad, because you have to combine 2 reds and a white. So he is going to harvest a field again. He already took this action this turn, and because he has the grande worker, he can go here even though it's full. And even though he already took that action once, you can take it again as long as it's a legal placement. So he is now going to harvest this field a second time. All right, so that's going to create another level 3 red, but it gets bumped down to level 2 because level 3 is already there. And, well, he'd love to make another level 1 white, but he can't because he already has a level 1 white. So he did that, so now he's got the 2 reds and a white in his crush pad that he can hopefully combine on a future turn to make that level 7 or higher sparkling wine. So his strategy going forward is going to be, well, you got to build that cellar. He's got a good amount of money. He can build that cellar. Age these grapes so he can combine them to make that sparkling wine, combine it with that white wine to sell that big time victory point card. The blue player, his strategy going forward, he's got these big victory point conditions. He's pretty good at making blushes, so maybe he's going to focus on this one because he's got 2 reds and 2 whites in his crush pad, and he also needs to get that cellar going, although he doesn't actually need that cellar to fulfill this order. Just a level 6 and a level 5 blush, both of those are in the medium cellar, which he has. So he can, for the time being, he can ignore this large cellar, focus on making those blushes, and make some victory points that way. And then the yellow player, as we talked about, he needs workers. He's got structures everywhere. He's got some grapes going that he can bring over here. He's got all of his cellars built. He sort of built up all of his infrastructure. Now he needs to hire workers, which means he probably has to get a little bit of money, hold off on the summer actions, and then focus on this train workers action in the wintertime so that he can take advantage of all this stuff. So I think I'm going to stop the playthrough right there. We've gone through a few years. You can see how the gameplay sort of ramps up over time. The first couple turns, you're taking very few actions. You feel like it's going to take forever. But then, once you have some vines in your fields and you've got a little bit of an engine going of transferring the vines to the crush pads to the cellars, and then selling off the wines in your cellar with these orders, taking advantage of the cards that you get. I just really like this game. It's called Viticulture. Hopefully you've enjoyed this playthrough. I'm sure I made some mistakes. You can let me know if you saw any glaring errors, but hopefully you get the idea of how the game plays, and hopefully you can have some fun with this in the future. Thanks.